G'day everyone. The response to the first submachine video was pretty overwhelming. I've never seen so many comments and likes per view, and based on the enthusiasm that I've seen, I've recommended to the boys here at Unknown Worlds that we proceed with the submachine idea and build 12 of them. This is pretty exciting. A lot of the questions I saw on the first submachine video were what's actually inside it. Can you give us more detail on the components? So here's a rundown on every individual item. The motherboard is a Gigabyte H87N Mini ITX form factor, and it is tiny. Speaking of small, the MSI NVIDIA GTX 760 is also in ITX form. Don't be fooled by the small wattage rating on the Corsair RM450 power supply. This thing is gold efficiency rated, very high quality and fully modular. The Intel SSD 335 in the prototype will probably be replaced by an SSD 730 in the production unit for even more I/O speed. The Core i5-4670K is multiplier unlocked for overclocking goodness on the water loop. That water will be driven by an EK DCP pump. It's small, quiet, and delivers hundreds of litres of pumping power per minute. Water will be given to that pump by an EK Bay reservoir. It sits in the front 5.25 bay slot on the Lian Li case and looks very cool with water and an LED light in it. Heat will be transferred from water to air via an EK 140mm radiator. Heat will be collected from the CPU by an EK LTX CPU water block. Not only does this thing look and feel very cool, it's also capable of collecting hundreds of watts of heat and delivering it to the water efficiently. Memory comes in the form of the Corsair Vengeance series and is 8 GB. All water loop fittings are EK compression fittings and 45-degree angle adapters in glossy black. The whole thing is housed in a Lian Li Q28 full aluminium ITX case. Given the small amount of space available inside the Q28, every component needs to be considered for size and interaction with other components. Using water cooling in such a tight space is actually quite efficient. Instead of trying to force large volumes of air through a cramped space, you're simply forcing a large volume of air over a heat exchanger at the most optimal point of the case. In this case, a 140mm radiator hidden behind the front panel, drawing air from underneath. The small size of the Mini ITX motherboard has to be seen to be believed. Here it is held up in front of an LGA 2011 full ATX board. Putting 12 submachines together is going to be a huge challenge. It took me 6 hours to build this prototype, and this one doesn't even have a fill port, drain port, complete water loop, or water in it yet. So we're going to have to cut down 6 hours plus into about 2 hours. Add to that the fact that space in the Unknown Worlds office is very limited, and 12 computers worth of components in this room is going to be very, very crowded. If we do go ahead with this project, the challenge is going to be immense, and you can bet I'm going to film every moment, so make sure you hit subscribe for further updates about the submachines.